can we start from something like this? You cool with this? The conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's say इन्डियामा लन्च बक्स बनाउनको लागि हेर है डबल चेक गरेँ मैले भने होइन जस्ट राम्रो 100 रुपियाँ पऱ्यो लेट्स से इट वाज 100 रुपियाँ होइन एन्ड देन अ ब्लकबस्टर मुभी वुड बी व्हाट
100 okay acha if
100
you
is for lunch box
1000 garau na ta त्यसलाई 10000 garau
10,000 right let's say a blockbuster like a Salman Shah Rukh Amir blockbuster
just making cost
yeah like 10,000 right so couldn't we end up making like that 100 rupee kind of movies more and hope for the best?
You can, but then they don't give you those kind of returns that the big ones give you. So how it works is, as much as I have understood, you need a couple of those 10,000 ones to work so that there is enough money circulated in the industry for people to be able to make those 100 ones. But if there are more 100 ones, then you will eventually run out of money and then the balance won't be there. So you need those 10,000 ones and you need them to do well to make a lot of money so that the money is being circulated in the industry. Then the good filmmakers, smaller filmmakers or the indie filmmakers, they get to make these smaller films and not care so much about the returns.
What would be the approach to do it here? Like not copy pasting it obviously, but just सोचे के मैले हुन्छ नि हैन like what would be the next approach of next movie makers here? Okay, obviously I'm not in the movie industry. I've just played in 2 movies, right? Acted in 2 movies.
Yeah.
Right? What would be the next approach that we could learn from Bollywood? Okay, forget about Hollywood. I'm not even going to go there. Okay.
To learn, it's a difficult one because I haven't studied this market a lot. I know. मलाई यहाँको त idea छैन, but as much as I have understood it, as much as I know, people prefer watching Hindi content here and more international content because they get to see what they want. They get their entertainment the way they want.
Yeah.
Like you said, a film like this will never work here. Because if somebody needs to watch something like this, somebody wants an action, they go on YouTube and they watch Jawan.
Or Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, yeah. So that option is, I think, okay. Yako, like say for example in India, they have a Jawan to watch, right?
Yeah.
And they also have a lunchbox you said to watch. Hai na? Duitai same language ko films ba. Different scales, different feelings, scale, hai. Those guys, if they want to watch, they've got, like, say something different. उनीहरूले हिन्दी नै हेर्नुपर्छ भन्ने छैन नि तेलुगु फिल्म तमिल फिल्म रिमेक्स डब्ड सबै त आउँदैछ सो देयर इज नो डर्थ अफ कन्टेन्ट देयर विच इज बिङ मेड विद इन द कन्ट्री होइन यहाँ चाहिँ त्यस्तो छैन नि यहाँ देयर इज नो भल्युम सो मेबी द्याट्स द थिङ लाइक मेबी like you said, only the films that are rooted are working here, not the bigger ones. I think it makes sense because people would like just go on YouTube and watch whatever they want instead of looking at watching a action film here. They would just much rather watch, if they want to watch Nepali content, they'll much rather watch a film that is more rooted. Ali Aise Gaunle, Arikati. So I think that's the thing. But this is me. I'm like, I have a very outsider's perspective.
No, I'm just toying with the idea. Okay? Like, Malay down the road, I want, okay, my own niche. I know my lobby wow. Okay, my documentaries want. I want to document my history. I want to document the Civil War. I want to go ahead and document the kings and the kingdom of our country. Right? I want to document. I don't want a British person's perspective on this documentation. Or a American's perspective or an Indian's perspective on this. I want my perspective on this. Right? Now I am lobby on this. I will, and my team is gonna end up making it. It's just a matter of time when, right? Even the same with cinema. Okay. You getting me what I'm trying to say? Like, we want our own idea of it, our own thrillers, our own sci-fi maybe down the road. I was looking at Hrithik Roshan's Fighter, bro.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, I saw the trailer.
Same. I saw the trailer and I was like, well, you can compete with Top Gun Maverick, but you're there. Like, it's you getting what I'm trying to say? Hrithik Roshan is sitting in a fighter jet. I don't know what kind of fighter jet that is, but it's a
Yeah.
fighter jet.
Yeah.
Like India is there.
It is.
Like
There's a big film again. That's like 100+ crore budget.
I was like, man, that's cool.
yeah.
You know, like regardless of whatever you say,
Yeah,
right? And then
yeah.
I kind of want to make our own sci-fis and make our own thrillers and make our own
Yeah.
thing, right? But I don't know when that's going to be possible.
Yeah, like I don't even know like how like first step should be to like get the people to watch the content here, you know. Even that's not happening. Like you're showing me on YouTube right now, this is quite surprising. Nothing is trending. Nepali keep in China. Whether it's like your YouTube videos or Vanona.
YouTube
anything as small as
no. What is this? 2.5 billion INR. के हो यो?
के को यो?
माइक छ तिमीहरूसँग त्यहाँभित्र?
के को त्यसको होला? फाइटरको हो?
हजुर फाइटरको
हो यो होइन त्यो नभएर युट्युबमा छ त दिस इज यो आई ओपनर देखाउनु सबैजनालाई होइन गो टु युट्युब गो टु ट्रेन्डिङ we're on what's today is 21st of January होइन 24 so ट्रेन्डिङमा जाऊ अनि त्यस मुभिजमा जाऊ त्यसलाई मुभिज बाबु थ्याङ्क गड दिस नम्बर 1
That's because we just watched it, right?
Yeah, fighter. होइन तल सर्र तल गर न I just want everybody to understand my perspective of like अझ तल सबै देखाइदेऊ ल No, people get to see this as well. So there's not even one single एउटा पनि सिनेमा अथवा सिनेमा नै भनौँ न छैन जुन हाम्रो कन्टेन्ट भयो कि होइन
त्यही त
उता भयो भने के हुन्छ होला इन्डियामा युट्युबमा ट्रेन्डिङमा जेनरली हेभ यु एभर सीन
मोस्टली यही सबै हुन्छ एन्ड अल्सो इट डिपेन्ड्स अन वाट माई पर्सनल हिस्ट्री अन युट्युब इज तर ट्रेन्डिङमा गयो भने युजली इट्स मोस्टली लाइक अल दिज बिग ट्रेलर्स आर देयर नभए रिल्स अहिले त रिल्स धेरै पपुलर छ नि त्यहाँ
Mark my words, one day when both our hair is grey and then we're sitting here, I want to make sure that all the cinemas are going to be like
Nepali
content. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the day when I want.
That'll be amazing.
How did you end up in Bollywood? Let's start with that then. How did you end up in Bollywood?
So I was doing graduation in Pune, you know. So and I started doing some photography. I used to be a DJ also at the time.
I see that turntable there.
Just to make some money, you know, on the side. And then I started doing photography. And then at one point, and that time we were shooting on film. So it was very expensive to like shoot. And I was interested in like burst photography because like at one point my photography got very saturated. Because I was taking a still, but then like it's a great image, but then I'm not being able to tell the story that I want to say, you know? Like if say, for example, someone's moving from point A to point B, I wanted to capture the movement. So I was wasting a lot of money doing burst photography. And then somebody introduced me to motion picture photography. And then I started reading up about it. And then I figured FTI is an institute that can teach me. And then I got through the film school and that's it. After that, 3 वर्षको official course हुन्छ that we took about 4.5 years to finish. And then I started assisting Mr. Vinod Pradhan. Vinod सरलाई मैले मेसेज गरेँ होइन सर मेरो डिप्लोमा सिद्धिसक्यो I want to assist you. And he said, yeah, come next week. So I was off like
instant.
Yeah. From Pune, like I just took my bag and I ran to Bombay. Yeah. And at the time, a couple of cousins of mine were staying in Bombay, some seniors. So I was just hopping. Yeah, it's like 10 days here, 10 days there, 10 days there. Basira, you know, I started working with him, and then slowly moved base from Pune to Bombay. And that's how it started. So I like about a year and a half, like I continuously assisted him a couple of films, and this I wanted to go independent also, and then like I was doing on and off. Like when I had work, I would go do my work. If I didn't have work, like I would just go and assist him or somebody else. Yeah, because it's an expensive place to stay. I know Bombay, you can't just like sit around waiting for work to come. Like if you're doing something, you're doing. If you're not, then just message like 15 people. If somebody's shooting something, they'll call you. You go work, make your money, like per day, pay your rent.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's the catch. That's the Bombay.
Yeah.
Mumbai भन्छ कि Bombay भन्न मिल्छ मैले मिल्दैन.
मिल्छ तर it's they've changed the name to Mumbai अब.
Mumbai, I know Mumbai. Man, I was shocked when I went there, bro.
Yeah.
For the first time, I was like, oh my god, the hustle and bustle.
It's crazy, man. You know what? I still haven't gotten used to the city. It's too much for me.
कति वर्ष भयो बसेको?
म 2011 मा शिफ्ट भएको थिएँ है 11 बिगिनिङ नै भनौँ न होइन So it's been what 15 years now, almost 15th running.
Damn.
Yeah, but I used to keep coming to Bombay even when I was in FTII. Between 2006 and 2011, I used to like whenever there was a break, if there were no classes, I would just message my seniors and come and work with them. If they would do shooting something, just come and assist them. Make some more money and go back to Pune.
Yeah, man.
And some experience because like our industry, it's like the work that I do, it's like, you know, the institute will teach you something and then but then when you go out, you work in the industry, it's like a different ball game altogether. So it was like very nice to like keep in touch with, you know, what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to give a gist about what is it's Film and Television Institute of India. Just giving everybody just a backstory on it, right?
Yeah.
As about Bakhar Maile Thapek, you and me are brothers from the same school.
Same school.
Both of us went to the same school. You're just senior.
Yeah.
Nobody told me that.
It's amazing.
Pravesh Lai, thank you so much for connecting. Right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for him for texting, and then I'm glad and said, yeah. But elites. Man, I miss my school. Okay?
Yeah, I think the school gave me a lot, yeah. I don't know if I would have been the same person if I was in a different school. I don't know if it makes sense to say it like that.
Same, yeah.
But maybe a lot of that hustle and a lot of that, you know, going and getting things done and all that comes from there, like from the roots, I think, from the basics. I don't know what it gave me. I can't even like point it, but there is something that probably... I mean, a lot that comes from there.
मलाई मेरो स्कुलले अङ्ग्रेजी दियो होइन होइन त्यो अङ्ग्रेजी दियो इभन दो आई इट माई भावल्स
तर राम्रो दे वर प्रिटी स्ट्रिक्ट अबाउट स्पिकिङ इन इङ्ग्लिसहरू होइन हाम्रोमा एलिट्समा
चाहिँ अङ्ग्रेजी बोल्नुपर्छ इङ्ग्लिस इज लाइक म्यान्डेटरी इफ यु फाइन्ड यु स्पिकिङ इन एनी अदर ल्याङ्ग्वेज यु गोना गेट के अरे it's okay, yeah. Bro, can't.
You remember Mrs. Rana bend and whack us? Yeah, dude.
Bro, a lot of things happened in that school.
Discipline, bro. Discipline comes from there. I think it's discipline that kind of makes you that person.
Consistency and discipline are the two things that gets you going. In Bombay, what is it? In Mumbai, what is it that gets you going?
Your rents, I think. Yeah, man. Like, you know, there are times when you wake up and you be like, this, I don't want to do this anymore. But then, you know what? You got to remember your rents and your expenses. But also, I think by now, for me, that has never been like the factor for me. Mine is like, I'm so excited to go work every day. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to sit at home because it's boring. Like the day I'm not working is so boring. It gets to me.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, like after I finish a long project, like I've shot for 2 months, right? Aba forke, aba Bombay aayepachi, or whether in Bombay if I finish a project, I'll be like, wow, I need a break. 2 दिन 3 दिन सिद्धेपछि I'll be like, dude, get back to work. केही त गर्नुपर्छ अब त्यस्तो हुन्छ क्या. So yeah, for me it's never been the अब रेन्ट त दिनै पर्छ हैन त्यो त all of that is there, but dude I want to work every day of my life because it's so exciting. Yeah, the job that I do is amazing. Every day is different, every day is exciting, you're learning every day, I know that doesn't stop. So yeah,
it never ends.
Never for me. I think that's what gets me going in Bombay.
All right, the story, right? Nepali keto, studied in Nepal, finished his high school, and then got a ticket to India, and then ended up in India. Just to make everybody understand the backstory about it, right? So you finished high school, and then you decided, I'm gonna head there. Yeah, no, I decided way early, way before I joined. That's the reason why I switched from a Nepali board to an Indian board for my 11th and 12th. CBSE. Because I knew I had to get out of this place. I knew I'm not going to stay in Nepal. I had to go out because, see, it's very simple. I'm not good in studies. Yeah? And I'm not good in numbers. So I can't join my family business. I can't do all that. I don't know what I want to do, like every 16-year-old is. But you just don't want to do what is in front of you, right? So I said I have to get out of this place, and maybe then I can go and figure because there'll be more options. Yeah.
So that's what I started doing. I went to Pune. Once I was out of here, once I reached there, then you kind of understand that the world is so big, like there's so many things to do. So yeah, then I started doing things that I like. Yeah, I wanted to become a DJ always.
Yeah.
So I went and I just learned and I became a DJ.
Hell yeah, man.
And then I started doing photography. So I was doing things just basically figuring out. There was a time when I thought, you know what, I can actually start producing and I become a DJ for life. But then, I said no, can't make DJing my profession because like I thought it's a fantastic hobby to have. So I want to keep my hobby aside. Then photography happened, and then like there's so much to do. And if I stayed here, I don't know what I'd be doing.
Yeah, family business, bro. Crunching numbers. Calculator nikala. Oh, oops, I forgot. My brain is my calculator. Bro, I have so many friends whose brains are calculators. Bro, I'm like, oh my god, how do you do the math?
Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to do that. I think I would have like drowned the entire business or something.
Elites ko heritage.
Yeah.
No, Pune is beautiful. Pune is a beautiful
Pune
city.
is beautiful. Yeah.
My Sati Shashank Pradhan was there, and I had a bad breakup. I had one of the worst breakups ever. Every guy has that one breakup.
The bad one.
The bad one. Like this was the worst breakup ever. Yeah. And I still remember calling Shashank and telling him, bro, I'm done. Like I need malai pugyo. Malai niskinu cha yahan. Malai nikale yahan. And he goes like, come over, we'll go to Goa. And then he was in Pune. And then I took a flight in the morning, and then by evening you get to Pune.
Yeah. Because from Bombay you have to come down.
Yeah. So by evening you get there, and then by evening I got there, and especially straight like I think 11 at night, burger मगायो त्यसले हैन घरमा burger खायो एकछिन रोयो. Alright, bro. Nothing's gonna happen. We're gonna go to Goa. And then both of us, I think we took the bus and ended up going to Goa. It's not that far.
Nice. I know Pune I think 12 hours होला. Overnight bus होला नि. Pune चाहिँ
8-10 घण्टा कति घण्टा लाग्यो थियो के अरे?
Yeah, between 10 and 12 hours त्यस्तै होला.
Yeah, and then we ended up in Goa and then had a fun, bro. Panjim. Deltin Casino or something like that in the boat.
Oh my god. You go to Panjim now, it's shit. I don't know. Have you been to Goa recently? I've stopped going to Goa a long time. Panjita, you can't go there. It's become jhur bhaya त्यो ठाउँ त. Like there are like more offbeat other beaches and all people go, which is more quiet and not that commercialized. Yeah. But Goa is Goa, man.
Goa is Goa, bro. There's stories in Goa, bro. You got no idea.
Yeah. What happens in Goa stays in Goa.
Jesus. Oh my god.
Yeah,
anyways, we had a ball of a time, and then at that time, again, he's not here today, but at the time, we had such a good time. And then he used to tell me stories of like his school where he was studying. And then त्यतिखेर एक थोक चाहिँ एउटा story चाहिँ मैले कहिले पनि बिर्सिन्न के which I kind of wanted to talk to you about. He told me about I don't know if it's DOPs or I don't know what it's called, right? Again, I'm not from your background, right? But it's called a focus puller.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. All right. I just understand that there are people called focus pullers. Used to be, or they still are.
Still, of course.
So, this person practices his or her art, whatever it is. They throw a coin, go and go with a measuring tape and just measure it.
Yeah.
Just so that you do it 1,000,000 times, you'd know. Next time you don't need a measuring tape. You'd know how far that is.
Yep.
That's the kind of perfection that people put in their art.
Yes.
How true is this?
It's absolutely true. 100%. Right now it's become way more easy for them because now everything is digital. So they can always stand in front of a monitor. So basically, I'll just explain to you what a focus puller does. So when you take a still photograph, हाम्रोमा के हुन्छ still photographs, they do autofocus, हैन? Focus गर्छ नि, हैन? When we shoot in our cameras, there is no autofocus really. So the lens, the barrel has a focusing ring which needs to be physically moved. So if you're an actor, the camera is here. If you take 2 steps front or back, the focus needs to physically be shifted. So that's the job of a focus puller. Very well paid job, very well respected job. And needs a lot of experience and expertise. So
years of experience.
Years. good focus pullers, there are like the some of the focus pullers that I have worked with, or that I regularly work with, have been doing that since before I was born.
Mm-hmm. Jesus, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's crazy. Like it's crazy. I mean, like if I show you a profile of mine, if you're the camera,
Yeah.
you know, they can have focus here and not here.
Don't tell.
That's we're talking half an inch or 1 inch at times. So that's the kind of judgment they need to have. It's insane. That job is pretty mad.
Huge respect.
And another thing is, so a lot of things can be fixed in post once, and we'll fix it in post. Focus cannot be fixed in post. If a shot is out of focus, it's out of focus. Gone. That's it. So yeah, it's an extremely, extremely important job on a film set.
And I said, this is like way, way back. I'm talking about way back when I was there in Pune and Goa. And then my friend used to, bro, in school, like, this is the kind of people that come to my school and then tell us, like, teach us. And I was like, man, that sounds like a
What school is this?
Very, very awesome, like, very, very awesome job. But imagine doing this, the amount of discipline.
Yeah, and
Right.
stress levels.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you how why stress. Say you have an Amitabh Bachchan in front of the camera. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, usually what they do is before a shot, they take a tape and actually measure.
Okay.
Like, say an actor's been given a mark from point A to point B.
Mhm.
So they need to first measure, mark on the floor. That's the actor's mark. And then mark wherever he's going to reach next.
Mhm.
But if there's a senior actor, takes half a step front or back, doesn't hit the mark, what do? You can't keep asking for retakes from senior actors. So that way, it's a very stressful job. So it's not like only marked, like they go by judgment. It's insane.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. And that comes with experience. That comes with time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's only practice. But now they have it easier. Now the focus, they're like, they don't care. Like, they'll have a monitor next to them and they'll have a remote focus. They don't even have to stand next to the camera. Earlier, though, it was stressful. Like, if I'm operating the camera, they have to actually physically roll the thing. And if that touch of theirs shakes my camera, then he's had it from me,
Of course.
Yeah, so now they don't even have to do that. Now it's all remote focus. They'll stand and the monitor will tell you if it's on focus or not. So now it's become very easy for them. But still a very most important job. Like, you can screw up on anything. Like, you can have a bad light falling. You can do all of that. But then if it's not in focus, that's it. You can't do anything about it.
How harsh is the industry?
Pretty harsh. In what way, but?
In terms of the amount of work that you have to do, the amount of hours that you have to put in, the amount of intensive brain power and physical power that you have to go ahead and put in now in 2024.
Okay. So now usually, say I'm going to give you like a very ballpark average, this thing. Say if you're shooting a film, you're roughly shooting about anywhere between 40 to 60 days.
Okay.
And it's very similar for web shows. Now I'm not talking a Jawan or the big ones which shoot like 100 days or 120 days and all that. Right now, on an average, they end up shooting a film in less than 40 days and a web series in less than 60 days.
One full-length feature film in 40 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So usually, so our shifts, so there are shift timings, which is every day is a 12-hour shift. Whether it's like a 6 to 6 from morning to evening, or a 9 to 9, or a 12 to 12 midnight, or 2 to 2, whatever, it's a 12-hour shift. So you're working 12 hours. Me, for my, sometimes I need to be there an hour before, sometimes 2, sometimes 3.
Hours before.
Yeah,
So
to set it up.
To set it
You know,
up.
like if I'm going to a location which is not pre-lit, then I have to go and, light it up, ready everything by the time, by 6 or max 7. So you end up working, say, about 15 to 16 hours.
Every day.
Every day.
For 40 days.
Yeah. But you do get breaks. Okay. So now there is a rule, almost a rule, which says like between every 6 to 7 days, you need to give a day off.
Between every 6 to 7
7 days, yeah.
So you work a full 16-hour a day,
Yeah.
15, 16-hour a day work
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
and then after a week you get 1 day off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then throw in the travel time there. So 12-hour shift, usually you end up shooting for 13 hours, for example. Say I am there 2 hours before. That makes it 15 hours. If you're shooting in Bombay, make it 1 hour travel in the morning, 1 hour travel in the evening. So since I've
18
left
hours.
home till I've come back, or since I've woken up till I've come back, it's 18 hours. Now you got 6 hours, you sleep 5, 5.5, maybe 6.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Eat in between.
Yeah. And then you bounce again. You do that for 6 days, sometimes 7, sometimes 8. And then you get a day off. But I have been on shoots where there have been no breaks, where there have been no breaks for say 12 days, 13 days. I've been on shoots where I haven't come back home for 2 days.
Okay. Is it money that keeps you going, or is it determination and the will to make the project successful, or what is it?
I think to make it successful, for me it's that. For me it's like if I'm in it, then I have to give it everything that I have. Like no holes barred, nothing. To make sure, like, because I don't want to, like, once the project releases or once it's finished, I don't want to sit back and think that maybe that day I could have given in that much more. Or maybe I didn't do enough that day. I don't want to have that thought ever for me. Does that make sense? So I go all out. Like, even if it means, like, for example, there have been times where, like, say for example, I'm shooting this location for 2 days. After this, I'm hopping to another location. But we've already started lighting that other location. So I'll shoot here all day, go and light up the other set, and in the night, come back here, shoot again, go and light up the other one. I've done that. Because eventually nobody's asking me to do it, nobody's forcing me to do it. But eventually it's my responsibility. If it doesn't end up looking the way I want it to, or the way I visualized it or imagined it, then it's my fault, really. I mean, but that way it does get stressful sometimes.
म यो सबैजको नेपालीमा भन्छु है त
Hey, sorry.
No, I'm not putting in the spot. I just want everybody to understand this. It's very important.
हजुर
दिनको 16 घन्टा काम गर्ने
16 घन्टा
7-8 दिन
भनौँ 15 त भइहाल्छ
15 घन्टा होइन 15 घन्टा काम गर्ने एउटा I try to be as शुद्ध as I can on this, right? एउटा बलिउडमा काम गर्ने डिओपी को 15 घन्टा जान्छ काममा
शिफ्ट 12 घन्टाको हुन्छ हैन
शिफ्ट 12 घन्टाको जाने आउने हैन सबै थोक त्यो गरेर 15 घन्टा
बिट्विन 15 र 18 घन्टा हुन्छ
हैन बिचमा 6 घन्टा सुत्यो हैन बिचमा तानतुन गरेर 6 घन्टा सुत्यो नन स्टप 7 दिन काम गर्यो लकी भयो भने एक दिन ब्रेक पायो
हो
यसरी नै 365 दिन मेजोरिटी
हैन
if you're lucky
हैन यो चाहिँ प्रोजेक्टमा अब मेरो कस्तो हुन्छ आई एन्ड अप डुइङ से मैले वर्षमा 2टा प्रोजेक्ट गर्छु हैन एउटा प्रोजेक्ट गर्नको लागि राइट फ्रम द प्रेप हैन 2 महिनाको प्रेप हुन्छ त्यो चाहिँ अफिसमा बसेर गर्नुपर्छ त्यसपछि भनौँ अब 40 दिनको सुट छ भने ओभर अ पिरियड अफ 2 मन्थ्स त्यो 40 डेजको सुट हुन्छ ब्रेक यताउता स्केड्युल चेन्ज लोकेसन चेन्ज गरेर हुन्छ हैन त्यसपछि 1 महिनाको मेरो पोस्ट हुन्छ पोस्ट भनेपछि कलर करेक्सन भनौँ न अब 5 देखि 6 महिना 7 महिना मेरो जान्छ एउटा प्रोजेक्टमा आउट अफ दिस यो जुन वर्किङ आवर्सको मैले भन्दैछु त्यो सुट डेज मात्र हो क्या अदरवाइज प्रेपको बेला त त्यही नर्मल अफिस आवर्स हुन्छ बिहान उठ्यो 9 बजे गयो प्रेप गऱ्यो यताउता 7-8 बजे म्याक्सिमम घर फर्क्यो त्यस्तो हुन्छ तर सुट डेज चाहिँ
ओके आकाश त्यो पनि त 12 घन्टाको काम भयो नि त
त्यो त हुन्छ
तिमी 9 बजे घरबाट निस्किन्छौ हैन तिमी राति 9 बजे
फर्किदा हुन्छ
त्यो त 12 घन्टा भयो हैन मैले मान्छेलाई सेन्स अफ रेस्पोन्सिबिलिटी मात्र बुझाउन खोजे हो कि किनभने त्यो हो नि त
त्यो त
if you want to be successful you're already a cream in Bombay हैन if you want to be successful you have to put in the work
yes त्यो त हो
right a lot of people oh I want to be free oh I want to work X amount oh I want to have a work-life balance that if you want to be successful
I mean it's the same for you also isn't it for whatever you've achieved or whatever you've put in the work हैन यति बसेर त हुँदैन नि You can't just dream. Yeah, dreaming is great. तर गएर काम त गर्नु पर्यो नि. Otherwise, how do you achieve? Like you've hit a big one here. त्यो पनि त, I mean, you've put in hours and hours of work, होइन?
I don't have a life.
त्यही त.
I never say that. I only post fun pictures on my Instagram, bro. That's how you with people, bro.
त्यस्तै त हो नि, सबैले त काम त गर्नु पर्यो नि to reach somewhere. Otherwise, if you're अब कामै गरेको छैन भने there can only be one reason. You don't like your job enough. Otherwise you would work, होइन? Otherwise त नभए त काम गरिहाल्छु म. अब मैले जे गरिरहेको छु मलाई मनै पर्दैन, त्यो गर्नै राम्रो इच्छै लाग्दैन भने त मेरो प्रोफेसन नै रङ भयो नि त. I'm in the wrong place, होइन? So if you're liking what you're doing, then you don't care how many hours you're working or you know what you're doing, and then everything is fun, right?
Exactly.
Until somebody tells me or somebody tells you that you don't have a life, and then you realize, oh yeah, but then it didn't feel like you didn't have a life. Or it didn't feel like you put in too much, or like धेरै काम गर्नु पर्यो.
Then I'll go to Goa, bro.
त्यही त.
Goa for 1 week, bro. Then I'll go to Goa for 1 week, bro.
Yeah. And that's why you need to, like, whenever you get that break, then you appreciate that break as much, I know.
Yeah, of course. To you, when I say why I'm telling you this, because I don't know how away you've been from here, right? But to you, when I say चाहिन्छ के मलाई जहिले पनि सिङ्गापुरको लिडरको याद आउँछ कि हैन. If you're going to be a carpenter, be the best carpenter. The best.
Yeah.
You have to be the best.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
And that's the sense of belonging that I want to put into people's brain. Okay? If whatever you're going to be, you have to put in the X amount of hours.
Everything.
Okay?
More than that, like, if it needs 10 hours, you might have to put like 14 every day. Like, गर्नै पर्छ नि अब. How do you become better at your craft otherwise?
You won't.
You know, if there are, say for example, if there are 100 people who are taking pictures, होइन? 100 जनाले दिनको 8 घण्टा काम गरिरहेछ भने सबै एउटै लेभलमा हुन्छ नि. एकजनाले दिनको 12 घण्टा काम गर्दियो भने he's putting in 4 hours every day, होइन? एक वर्षमा कति एक्स्ट्रा काम गर्यो उसले, होइन? That will make him as much better नि, होइन? त्यही हो लजिक त.
Yeah, त्यो लजिक बुझाउँदा कपाल सेतो भइसक्यो यार.
त्यो आई थिङ्क त्यो बुझाउने कुरा होइन, त्यो आफै आयो भने आयो, नभए त अब त्यही हो नि.
Man, I know the amount of dedication that Bollywood is not Bollywood because it's there. Like Bollywood because people have put in the X amount of hours. That people like you have put in the X amount of hours to make it happen.
Yeah. I mean, everyone, not only everyone does it. Yeah. That's why like people who are like extremely mad, crazy, passionate about it, तिनीहरू चाहिँ त्यहाँ survive गर्छ. नभए चाहिँ मान्छेहरू, I've seen many people go back like within 4 days of work or a week or 2. 10 दिन आएर बसेर हराउँछ मान्छेहरू because they can't handle it.
Like के हुन्छ के मैले यो not just from you, I've heard this from other friends too. Like it's mad, bro. It's crazy भन्छ नि हैन. What is it that's gotten you going for like 13, 14, 15 years now?
I think it's just the love for what I do, yeah. I mean, if I had it my way, I would live on a set. Yeah. It's just crazy. Like, I don't know. Now that you say like 13, 14 years, मेरो त दिमागमा त्यस्तो पनि छैन. Every day I wake up, होइन? म सुटमा जाँदाखेरि every day after those 5 hours or 6 hours of sleep, बिहान उठेर सेम त्यही 10 वर्ष पुरानो एक्साइटमेन्ट लिएर म जान्छु क्या सेटमा. सेम एक्साइटमेन्ट, नथिङ चेन्जेस. यस्तो एक दिन अल्छी लाग्यो त्यस्तो हुँदैन क्या.
अरूको कस्तो हुन्छ?
अरू भनेपछि अरू
भनौँ न एक हिसाबले भन्नुपर्दाखेरि with the friends that you work with, majority of the friends that you work with,
see
how is the work culture?
कोही धेरैजना छन् होइन त्यहाँ. Work culture that way is very professional. Everyone that's there works. Everyone is very passionate about what they do. नभए सर्भाइभ गर्न सक्दैन त्यहाँ. प्यासन छैन भने एकदमै गाह्रो हुन्छ. मेकानिकल हुन्छ फेरि सबै. यु विल स्टार्ट हेटिङ एभ्रिथिङ. मन पर्दैन केही पनि. यु जस्ट डुइङ इट फर द मनी. त्यो चाहिँ गाह्रो हुन्छ त्यो फेरि द्याट्स नट फन एन्ड दोज आर द पिपल हु डोन्ट सर्भाइभ लङ तिनीहरू हुँदैन त त्यति बस्नै सक्दैन त यु कान्ट सर्भाइभ इट हाउ डु यु सर्भाइभ स्लिपिङ 6 hours a day or 5 hours a day or 7 hours a day if you're not enjoying what you're doing जहाँ हुन्छ क्या फेरि फर्किन्छन् मान्छे
Man. All right, one of the first projects that you did. So you got in touch with Binod sir, and this is one of the first projects that you
The
remember.
one that I
looking
walked
back?
on to the set of was a film called Mausam.
Mausam.
Yeah, with Shahid Kapoor and Sonam Kapoor.
Mausam. Yeah, that's a poster. No poster. This is like back in the day.
Yeah, this is 2011, 12, 11.
सुरुमा कस्तो हुन्थ्यो? Like when you were just starting off, when you go to the set.
Oh, the first time I went on Binod sir's set, I was blown away. I'd never seen anything like that.
Oh, this cinema, of course. Yeah. What?
मैले यसको मैले जोइन गर्दाखेरि यसको लास्ट स्केड्युल चलिरहेको थियो बम्बेमा आई वर्कड अन दिस फिल्म फर आई थिङ्क अबाउट 35 days. That's where I started working with Binod sir.
So you went in as?
7th, 8th AC.
What's
भनेको
AC?
assistant cinematographer.
7th, 8th.
8th होला 8th होला म त्यति बेला.
Hierarchy के हुन्छ?
So there's a DOP. त्यसपछि एकजना एसोसिएट नभए अब भनौँ फर्स्ट असिस्टेन्ट सिनेमाटोग्राफर हुन्छ एन्ड देन सेकेन्ड थर्ड फोर्थ फिफ्थ सिक्स सेभेन्थ एथ त्यस्तो.
Break down a movie for me, if you don't mind. In Bollywood, like let's say a high budget movie, like let's say Bhag Milkha Bhag that you were a part of, right?
Yeah.
How does that work?
In what way? In terms of the crew size?
In terms that we can start from anywhere you want. It's up to you, however you want to describe it. Like how does a movie in terms of crew work, and what is the system like?
So our director, then you've got assistant directors or associate directors. Depending on the size of the project, assistant directors are usually 3-4 jana ta huncha minimum. It can go up to about 12, 13, 14.
14 ADs.
ADs, yeah. Like Sanjay Leela Bansali always has at least 12 assistant directors on set. Depending, because the scale is that much. Like
Let's say a scale like Devdas, let's say.
Oh, wow. Devdas also Binod sir's work. I think they had about 14 ADs and more interns. Binod sir himself had some 15 assistants over there. And more than 150 lightmen. That's a different this thing.
League.
All of yeah. There's an amazing story. So when Binod sir was shooting Devdas, there was no other shoot going on in Bombay at the time because he used up all the generators and all the lights.
Everything.
Yeah. Some 75 generators.
To light it up.
Every generator in Bombay was on his set.
To light up X एउटा फेभर गर त देवदासको त्यो चन्द्रमुखीको एउटा सिन छ के हैन Bro, I love this movie.
Yeah.
I love this movie.
It's a visual delight and also what a film, yeah.
Okay, did I pick one of your favorite movies?
I mean, yeah, visually, yes. I mean, favorite छैन मेरो त्यस्तो. I just go by this thing. I don't have like as a favorite त्यस्तो हुँदैन मेरो. But I get blown away every time I watch it because like the scale, the way these guys have achieved what they've done, it's crazy.
YouTube मा जाऊ त X र देवदासको मारा डाला गीत उ गरे त पज बाबु. So यो के हो खास? यो पुरै सेट बनाएको हुन्छ.
Set, पूरा set.
Film City मा.
Yeah.
Play it babu. So this whole thing is a set. How long
Everything.
would it take to make something like
To
this?
build a set like this, depending on the production designer, depending on the budgets, maybe about a month.
To build a set like this?
Yeah.
For a, I
Yeah.
don't know, like a 10-minute scene or 15-minute scene
Yeah,
max.
and Binod sir would take about a week to light it up.
This whole thing.
Yeah.
एउटा सिन छ के भाइ हैन यहाँबाट बाहिर निस्किन्छ के उनीहरू हैन बाहिर निस्केपछि त्यो होल I don't know how to say it, that whole city whatever it's like it's all lit up.
That's the one, that's the big one, ni?
बिचतिर जाऊ त बाहिर आउटडोरको सिनहरु त कतै न कतै हुनुपर्ने हो यो खोजेर मलाई हामीलाई देखाउनु होला. So that's why like the whole generators and everything.
Yeah. But for the whole film, it's not that एउटा portion को लागि मात्र. He used up त्यति बेला that this happened so long ago. अहिले त 75 generators is not a big deal. तर त्यति बेलाको लागि there was nothing else left in Bombay for him to use or anybody else to use.
This was the only movie that was being
Shot at the time, yeah. And it was crazy, like, because this film broke a lot of norms. They had 7 months of night shoots, continuous.
You have to elaborate when you say something like this.
7 महिना रातभरि काम गरेको. अब शिफ्ट टाइम मैले भने नि हैन, इट्स आइदर 7 to 7 मर्निङ 7 बजेदेखि बेलुका 7 को हुन्छ, नभए बिहान 9 देखि बेलुका 9, अदरवाइज दिउँसो 2 देखि बिहान 2 बजेतिर हुन्छ हैन. यिनीहरूले चाहिँ 6 to 6 बेलुकादेखि 6 बिहानको शिफ्ट 7 महिनासम्म गरे, नन स्टप. या
यतिकै बनेको सिनेमा होइन.
होइन.
The longest that you have worked straight
On a night shift?
or any movie?
I think longest would have been 100 days or something, Dangal. 116 days हो कि के गरेको थियौँ हामीले. दङ्गलमा I was the first AC अनि I was handling the second camera.
How does it work? If you could you break it down?
In so अब एउटा अब DOP जो हुन्छ नि, cinematographer assistant हुन्छन् हैन. I was the first assistant on that one, which means right below the DOP, which means
Who is the DOP in that?
Setu.
Okay.
Yeah, so Setu sir was shooting that, and because the film was being shot with 2 cameras, I was handling the second camera, which means I was operating it, and I was also the first AC. So yeah, that was the longest I worked, I think, on a film set. There was 100, except 15 दिन म थिएँ, and then after that I left because I got another project to shoot, and then they shot some 5-6 more days.
And then when the movie comes out and you go for the premiere and see your work.
I mean, that's technically not my work, but yeah, it's always fun to go and watch something that you were a part of, ni, hai na? So yeah, but for us, like, we get involved. If I'm shooting something myself, then I get involved. Like, I see on an everyday basis so much that our premiere sounds like bore because like every day I'm sitting and watching, doing color corrections, kaile sound आउँछ, कहिले के हुन्छ हैन, हेर्दा वाक्क लागिसक्यो हुन्छ के. So when the premiere happens, you're not too excited. Like, your excitement comes from other people's reactions.
When Dangal came out?
I was very excited, of course, yeah. It was like a first, like a big one for me.
Wasn't it like a big deal in China as well, when I think about it?
Yeah, they released it in China. And a very senior actor dubbed for Amir, and they released in China. They made a lot of money out there also.
I'd heard about that.
Yeah.
Eh? Like, is there a time when you're like, you met somebody and you're like, oh my God, oh wow. Has that ever happened?
Actors?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah, like it happened to me when I met Amir sir, when I met Shah Rukh sir, when I met Dharmender sir.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because you've grown up watching them, hai na? And suddenly if they're in front of you or next to you or even in the vicinity, it's just a different के भन्ने अब त्यो excitement हो कि fanboying हो कि के हो, त्यस्तो त भइहाल्छ नि.
How is Dharmender sir?
He is outstanding. I worked with him a long time ago. There was a film called Yamla Pagla Divana Part 2. त्यसमा म first assistant थिएँ अनि मैले second camera operate गरिरहेको थिएँ त्यसमा. That's when I met him. Legend, yeah, what to say. के भन्नु उहाँको बारेमा.
त्यो सिन याद आइरहेछ कि मलाई, त्यो सोलेको त्यो ट्याङ्कीको सिन के
अँ
होइन, रक्सी खाएर त्यो म्यान, त्यो टाइम कस्तो थियो इमेजिन.
है पहिला फर्स्ट के भन्छ त्यसलाई वेस्टर्न फिल्म गरे थिए तिनीहरूले इन्डियामा है. आमामा
त्यो मुभी अहिलेसम्म पनि हेऱ्यो भने इट्स फ्रेस.
Yeah. For me also. I think I've heard this from many people. It's crazy.
This scene.
Yeah, it was way ahead of its time. Yeah.
कहाँ खिच्यो होला यो सिनेमा चाहिँ? फिल्म
यो सबै होइन, यो सेटै बनाएको थियो तिनीहरूले.
बबाल छ नि यो मुभी. यो फुल सेट है यो.
पुरा सेट हो यो.
कहिलेको मुभी हो शोले? एक्स हेर त, शोले कहिलेको मुभी रहेछ? जस्ट गुगल अन योर फोन तपाईँ. Just Google on your phone. You seen it, just Google on your phone. कहिले गयो सो 1970s or 80s?
76 होला नभए 83 होला.
Bachchan sir was like definitely like Amitabh Bachchan at the time, but
Yeah.
not the legend that he was.
No. They like I think Bachchan Saab became big, like started getting big after this only. But I might be very wrong. Because they've had these extensive careers, yeah. कति film गर्नु भएको छ यिनीहरूले.
Asti when Dilip Tayal sir was here, no, he was telling me about Khuda Gawa. I don't know if you've heard this movie.
I've heard. I
So
don't think I watched it.
1975 को रहेछ.
75.
1975.
75. And he was saying, so they filmed Khuda Gawa in Mustang, right? And Dilip Tayal sir was here as well at that
Hey,
time.
they shot in Mustang.
They shot in
Aye.
Mustang, and then he
wow.
was telling me stories of Mustang. Even though he was not in the movie, he was here.
Yeah.
Because he was friends with the director, and then he was saying the stories
beautiful.
of how it was there. I think Sridev was here, and everybody was here.
Oh
And
wow!
there's like-
How were they reaching Mustang at that time? The roads there,
and they were like so again there's a hotel called Om Som.
Huh.
And then I was too lucky that I got to stay in that hotel where the team stayed, no? And
Oh,
there are
wow.
pictures of it and all that.
Huh.
Next time we'll go to Mustang.
So,
But 75.
Yeah.
Do they share stories of how it was back in the day?
Oh no, I haven't like really had personal interactions with any of them really. With the actors, no, but yeah, you like from
Not from the actors, like from the industry, like how it was back in the 70s or 80s.
What the shooting,
Yeah.
the whole the
The
industry.
process, yeah.
I think it was quite similar, more disciplined, I would say. Later, I think the discipline is going away slowly because of the whole digitization and everything. पहिला हामीले फिल्ममा सुट गर्थ्यौँ होइन त्यति बेला डिसिप्लिन चाहिँ अलिकति बेग्लै हुन्थ्यो क्या बिकज फिल्म स्टक वाज एक्सपेन्सिभ यु कुडन्ट वेस्ट टाइम यु कुडन्ट वेस्ट टेक्स होइन अहिले चाहिँ त्यस्तो छैन एन्ड अर्लियर देयर वर अ भेरी फ्यु पिपल हु वर देयर एन्ड इट वाज इभन हार्डर लाइक द एन्टायर लाइक द पिपल वर रुथलेस भनौँ न या अहिले त्यस्तो छैन अहिले इट्स मच मोर एक्सेसिबल फर एभ्री वान द होल द इन्डस्ट्री भनौँ न इट्स मोर रिचेबल इट्स मोर अप्रोचेबल
त्यो समयमा रिस्क धेरै लिन्थ्यो कि रिस्क कम लिन्थ्यो होला त्यो समयमा
खै त्यो त थाहा भएन अब शोले वाज अ बिग रिस्क नि यस्तो फिल्म त they went out of the complete formula and made this big risk.
Sippy, right? Sippy brothers did
yeah,
this,
and I think Javed Saab and the writers were Javed Saab and Salim Saab, if I'm not mistaken.
The Western, no? We were good, bad and the
यो
ugly.
फ्लप भएको थियो नि फिल्म त रिलिज भएपछि then it picked up later. So yeah, they were taking risks.
Oh yeah, there you go, Ramesh Sippy. Yeah. Produced by GPCB,
Salim,
yeah,
yeah,
Sippy
yeah.
brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Salim Javed,
Yeah.
spot on right there.
Yeah.
Andaz apna, bro. That movie I still watch today.
Yeah.
Crime Master Go.
मेरो त्यस्तो 3-4 छ हेरा फेरि भयो अन्दाज अपना अपना भयो अनि गोलमाल अलिकति so if I feel depressed or whatever I go back to these films and I watch like anything from anywhere whichever scene, laugh a little. That's it.
How is Shah Rukh Khan, sir?
Extremely intelligent, extremely sharp, extremely professional. I haven't had the privilege to work with him enough, but there was a film called Happy New Year on which I was operating one of the cameras for a few days. That is when I only literally saw him work. And he's crazy and like you were saying, experience once and yeah, over the years of working so much, he knows everything about everything. I think all of them do. Because they've been around for so long, they know what they're doing, yeah. Like it's otherwise you can't sustain in this industry.
How to be so successful? In a sense, I remember I remember watching Aapki Adalat. I know there's a clip of Aapki Adalat when when Shah Rukh Khan sir is there in the 90s.
Yeah.
Nobody gets up to clap for him.
I'm sure.
All right, he's starting off, right, and then obvious,
Yeah.
bro, right?
Come on, yeah.
I know. And then to be in that industry for for decades and
Yeah.
decades and decades and making it. Oh, that
And being relevant.
good one, buddy. You know, like
Oh, there's no one gives a
nobody probably, like very few people probably knew him at that time,
Oh, wow.
right?
Hey, look at the humility, yeah.
Right? People are like, you know, this must be what 90s.
Wow.
I know. Oh, this is a full thing.
1994.
94.
When we were like in school.
Yeah.
I know. And now, what movie is this? Bazigar ho? Bazigar ho?
This must be before the release, nahi, this weather. Why isn't Russians?
यो बादशाह भन्दा अगाडि हो नि यो होइन ओ त which movie was this Raja no
I think this is showing
the one we here's
compilation of all of his
Yeah.
work.
This is such a famous movie. I forgot the name of the cinema, but it's such a film. Remember when we used to watch in the Nepal television? दिउँसो आउँथ्यो नि शनिबार होइन यो आउँथ्यो कि आउँदैन थियो Thanks buddy यो बाजीगर होइन but
This is all again putting in the amount of work, yeah. These guys work so hard, everybody. I mean, like when I say we do 12-hour shifts, even they do 12-hour shifts. See, now there are certain who will do like Akshay Kumar will only work 8 hours, but he'll give you 12 hours worth of work in 8 hours.
Have you ever worked with him?
No.
Amir sir, how is Amir sir though?
Fabulous.
You know, I've heard this saying. He's like he likes things perfect.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong in that.
How would you define that?
Prep so hard that you don't leave enough any room for mistakes or errors is how I put it. Like if you want to call that being a perfectionist, then why not, yeah? So that you don't waste, like once you go on the floors to shoot, you don't waste too much time. पहिल्यैदेखि सबै prep गरेर राखिराखेको छ हैन. You've thought of everything that can go wrong. You worked on all the permutations, combinations. So when you go on set, two things happen. First, you make less mistakes. Secondly, whatever you're doing, you do it fast. You don't waste time doing research and R&D भन्छ नि हैन. त्यो गर्नु पर्दैन. And I think that's the best way to like a work. हैन.
So prima, you kind of take care of a lot of things, so that when you're there, you're good to go.
Yeah. So that way, I think whatever I saw of him, like working on Dangal, like he works a lot on the prep, on the script, on everything.
The transformation.
Insane, I know. Insane. It was madness.
You saw it with your own eyes.
Yeah.
What exactly was it like when you look back, reflect back now?
I think from whatever I learned, it was just the diet. He was working out every day, even when he was gaining weight. He used to work out a lot every day, a lot. He used to work out every day. And then when the time came when he had to start shedding, all he did was change his diet, kept the workout the same, and got ripped. I mean, this is overall what happened. But of course, Amir sir being Amir sir, he went to the US, he was cycling for 8 hours a day. All of that, he was crazy. Yeah.
And you guys took a break for like X amount of months.
Yeah. A couple of months, I think 2 months.
That's it.
Yeah.
Damn.
2 or 3 months, I don't remember. It's been a
And
while.
then he came back and then he's like
ripped completely.
completely
Yeah,
ripped.
yeah,
त्यो
yeah.
अगाडिको एउटा scene छ नि जहाँ like he comes
Full,
out
like, yeah.
where you guys like okay, oh my god.
So that portion that was being shot, त्यति बेला म चाहिँ थिइनँ त्यहाँ. But त्योभन्दा अगाडि नै when like once he started losing weight, I think 15-20 दिनपछि फर्किनु भयो, he was already half the size. So then when you see that, you know where it's going to go like in 2 months.
The amount of dedication.
Ani, at that age and at like it's, I don't know how you do that when you're above 50. हाम्रो त अहिले नै भुँडी आयो भने
बुढी
6 महिना जान्छ भुँडी
यत्रो भुँडी लागिसक्यो होइन
त्यही त
अघि नैको कन्भर्सेसनमा आई काइन्ड अफ वान्ट टु गो ब्याक होइन सो भाग मिल्का भाग वी वर जस्ट टकिङ अबाउट द्याट होइन so obviously the directors and the producers the whole 9 yards and then how does the system work like you were explaining that we got diverted into oblivion
स्क्रिप्ट हुन्छ एउटा होइन एन्ड देन प्रड्युसरले से फर इक्जाम्पल एउटा डाइरेक्टर हायर गर्छ डाइरेक्टर आयो अब देयर इज द थिङ विथ द स्क्रिप्ट अब एउटा स्क्रिप्ट नि होइन इफ 4वटा डाइरेक्टरले 4वटा वेजमा भन्न सक्छ नि स्टोरी त सो यु निड टु फाइन्ड अ राइट पर्सन टु टेल द स्टोरी द्याट यु वान्ट टु से वेदर इट्स द डाइरेक्टर स्टोरी अर द राइटर स्टोरी अर द प्रड्युसर स्टोरी एन्ड देन डाइरेक्टर आएपछि डाइरेक्टरको टिम आउँछ देन यु स्टार्ट हायरिङ अदर एचओडिज भनेपछि हेड अफ डिपार्टमेन्ट्स हाम्रोमा के हुन्छ अब कस्ट्युम भयो प्रोडक्सन डिजाइन भनेपछि सेट्स अल अफ द्याट डिओपी मेकअप एन्ड अल अफ द्याट दिज आर अल एचओडिज त्यो सबै हायर हुन्छ यो सबै डिपार्टमेन्ट्सको आफ्नै टिम हुन्छ वेदर इट्स असिस्टेन्ट्स र एसोसिएट्स सबैजना and then you start prepping prepमा basically everybody gets to know the script होइन scriptsमा discussion हुन्छ if somebody has some input about the script you change whatever it is you work on the script level root level then according to that you start looking for locations whether you want to shoot on a set if your budget allows you build a set or if you want to do real locations then you go for a location scout basic एउटा location scout मा जान्छ होइन which is like you just go and basically just spot places okay this scene might work well here okay hero ko ghar chahi yesto huna sakcha haina yo garau haina and then you will see like 4 options of houses scouting ma haina and then you go for the scout and then you probably lock one and then now you've come back with a lot more than you started with haina but now you have a location in your mind now you have places to shoot and then you start putting all of that together and then you start discussing ki acha okay if the house is like this ab isma ke color garna sakcha otherwise how can you change it then you discuss with the production designer whatever do colors this that and according to that then you start working on the costumes these things also come a lot from the characters that you want to build or the world that you want to create haina and then that's it and then after that you go for a final tech recce bhancha hamle haina
tech recce okay
that happens that's the last thing that happens that's closest to the shoot where you just go just kind of make sure everything is right you probably take some stills to like for I can be referencing or anything referencing as in referencing for shoot like you know what it's going to look like and then you start shooting so all of this usually takes like on an average on a ballpark say about 2 months prep त्यसपछि shoot गर्न जान्छौँ
so you know each and every shot till the end of the movie give or take
yeah
from the beginning
yes
till the end
yeah
it's not like भोलि बिहान उठेर चाहिँ लोकेसन खोजौँला भने
हैन हुनै सक्दैन त्यो absolutely not you know exactly where you're going to shoot you know exactly what you're going to shoot every department knows that the costume department knows which actor is going to wear what costume tomorrow my department knows what has to be done there everybody knows everything production knows where to park the vanities where the catering will be set up everything is planned way before you go on the floors so nothing is left for chance
no running and gunning it
no unless of course you're in a situation say you want to do a car traveling shot then you mount the cameras on the car and then you take it wherever you
त्यो त मतलब भएन जहाँ लगे पनि
तर त्यसमा पनि अब पर्मिसन हुन्छ लाइक यु माइट हेभ पर्मिसन फर दिस स्ट्रिट एन्ड नट द्याट वान सो इभन द्याट इज युजली प्लान्ड लाइक बिकज आई माइट वान्ट द लाइट टु फल अ सर्टन वे सो फर द्याट द कार क्यान ओन्ली गो वान डिरेक्सन सो यु फिनिस द्याट डिरेक्सन यु कट इट यु कम ब्याक इफ दस अ रिटेक देन यु डु अगेन या बट एभ्रिथिङ इज फुल्ली कम्प्लिटली प्लान्ड नथिङ इज लेफ्ट फर चान्स
आजको दिनमा बलिउड त्यहाँ छ
पहिलादेखि नै आजको त होइन यो सिन्स आई हेभ नोन मतलब since for a long time it's been like this
since you've joined
it was already like this so way before me मेरो त not even like nothing at 10 years is nothing no experience wise यो त पहिलादेखि त्यस्तै चलिरहेछ everything is planned
everything is structured
yeah
There's a structure for every single
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
right to the dot,
yeah,
from beginning to the end of the cinema.
yep.
This is no. This is interesting. X, do me a favor. Can you break down a scene for me? Just even though if the scene's not done by you, just a easy way, man. One of my favorite movies, Lunchbox. Just break down
Oh, that'll
whatever
be difficult. Why don't you pull out a scene from
Scene
Mimi,
from-
for
then
example?
I was about to do
yeah,
yours.
shot that I can tell you. Yeah.
Yeah. Name me a shot that's like your any shots that's from let's say Dangal or.
Mimi karo. Mimi
What's
is
it?
mine, hai na?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Okay.
Anything that you can pull out, like maybe from the trailer if you want to see something in.
X, do me a favor. Mimi ko trailer lau ta. Aina. Plus, also I want to talk to you about Sumo Didi too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
That's gonna come next.
Okay. Yeah. Trailer lau na. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Pause. Pause. All right. Let's do the whole thing. Right?
La.
So, what's the last thing you do, and what's the first thing that you do?
First thing we do is like when we go on the location scout,
Yeah.
we mark out a street depending on the length of the scene. I know. Say for example, this scene on screen time is say about a minute and a half. I know. Gadi ma hune scene, we need to find a road first that a car can drive a minute and a half without a problem. So first thing you tell the production is you need a road where the car can drive and take U-turns and everything, and then they will show you options that, okay, fine, we can get you this road, we can get you that road, we can get you that road, we can get you that road. And then I go in with the director, depending on, like, say, this is a whole, the film is in Rajasthan. So whatever you see needs to have elements from there, like whether it's like old structures, old palacey structures or everything. So when you lock on a location, those are the things you see. And then this scene, I started lighting. I lit up that entire street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which was done from 2 days prior. So every light that you see outside the car
It's planned.
it's put by us, our team.
It's planned.
Yeah. So,
1.5 minute one, which you're looking at like half a kilometer or a
no,
kilometer.
about a kilometer is what we lit up. So all of the street lamps and everything. So once we lock the road, I go out on a walk with my team, and then I tell them, okay, I need a tube light here, a bulb here, a street lamp here, keep going. So by the time you come, basically all the lights are there, and then you just switch them on, and then light up the car, like yeah, bitrod gareza. So yeah, this each and everything, like even like this is a dead street. There's nothing like.
And you cleared the street and you've cleared everything out.
Rati tyahan where we were shooting this place called Mandava. Rati kehi hundaina, traffic kehi hundaina.
So, okay.
So that wasn't a problem at all.
Uh-huh.
Everything is put up. Like on the left, you see that tube light lighting up that shop. Of course, we've put it. Otherwise, who puts up a tube light in the night when the shop is shut? I know. Doesn't make sense. So all of that is put by us.
Okay, I'll get the ideas out of it. Pause, Babu. Pause. So, where are the cameras?
Here there are 2 cameras. One's on the bonnet
Yeah.
and one's on Pankaj sir. So from the passenger side, from the outside,
Yeah.
it's been rigged on the car.
So there are 2.
Yeah.
I know one's there.
Yeah.
I know one's there. And then, and the ladies?
And then there'll be one from there.
But you'll do
So
that
you
later
do
on.
you do various runs.
Various runs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it, buddy. But this must be the second run or the third run or something along that line,
yeah.
right?
So
Okay.
for this, I think we had total of 7 camera angles, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
You're a frontal 2-shot bar, frontal on Pankaj sir, frontal on Kriti, profile on Kriti, profile on Pankaj sir, and one for Sai, who's sitting behind,
Uh-huh.
and then one is this angle.
Go ahead. One sec. When do the actors come in? They come in right at the end, right? Obviously.
Yeah, just when you say everything is ready,
Uh-huh.
you've probably done a rehearsal with the assistant directors. You've done a run and you've made sure everything's fine, everything's ready, and then you call them in.
Yeah, so somebody else has done the spot for them, and the whole thing has been done,
Yeah,
tried and
yeah,
tested,
yeah,
everything
yeah,
is sorted,
yeah.
and then they're going to do the run for you a couple of
Yes.
times, and then you're good to
Yes, yes.
go. And the director is gonna come right at the end once everything is sorted,
no.
or do they micromanage? Not just for this, like is there
No,
micromanagement happening?
It depends usually. So what happens is when I'm lighting up or setting up, the director's usually not there. Some like to sit on the set, some like to work with the actors or do their own thing. But then once I say that I'm ready, my lighting is ready, my camera is set, is when the director comes in, and then we do a rehearsal with the assistant directors or everyone.
Uh-huh.
And then if he's okay and if you're okay with everything, then we call in the actors and go for it. Yeah.
Good to go.
Yeah.
All right, go for it, bud. Sorry, I'm gonna break it down as we go along, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pause. I'll get past those. Stop. Bollywood set, right? This is these are things that I love for me personally, right?
Yeah.
Could you explain it to us how this is done?
Isma. So basically, the facade that you see behind,
Yeah.
this is a kind of a resort or whatever in Panvel. So it just has this one structure. अब Mimi shoot करता खेरी, basically we were supposed to shoot this song in Rajasthan, but because of the lockdown, we had to come back. And then the shoot didn't happen for a long time. Lockdowns होता है ना. And then we had to find a location that looks like Rajasthan. So there is this one structure that's there. And yeah, what else? All those lights in the background has been put by the production designer. So structure में जिस light source है ना. And then apart from that, making it look red is my job. And yeah.
I like that, making it look great is my job. I love it. Go for it, buddy. Go for it.
I've never sat and analyzed my work like this. It's quite...
Enjoy it, brother. I love picking brains, bro. I love picking brains, man. Come on. When I get a brain like yours, obviously I'm going to pick it. Stop the back. 1 second. Go to YouTube. I just want to show you something. Go to YouTube. Go to that Hitchcock scene. You know what I'm talking about.
Which one?
One of the first ones when he does it from Hitchcock doing cinematography 101. Garata. This is this Hitchcock movie that nobody had done a shot that way before he did it.
Oh yeah, I don't...
I'm losing Hitchcock movies. Man, Hitchcock scene, Garata. There's this scene, right, from Hitchcock's movie where...
Which one?
Oh my God, I'm eating up... No, as soon as I saw that shot, right, like this went... I have to go ahead and find that specific one. I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
one shot which is like... Probably they did it back in the day for the first time in his movie, right? And then it stayed forever. I'll send it to you. Anyways,
sure.
let's go back. Let's go back. No, this is so beautiful. Go back to Babu. Go back to Mimi. You know? Let's finish off the... This is Rajasthan?
Yeah. All of it. Place called Mandava.
Mandava.
Yeah.
Garmi.
But we shot Hamley winters में shoot कर रहे थे. So it was fun. Better light. Otherwise, summers में Rajasthan gets too harsh.
This is beautiful, man. Stop, Babu. 1 second. The idea of slow motion, no, I love it.
Yeah.
I personally love it.
Yeah. If it's used well. कहीं लगे तो जिप पाई तो use कर देंगे slow motion.
Stop, Babu. What would you want to say to friends, you know, who... See, a lot of friends are going to be listening to this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of young friends are going to be listening to this.
Yeah.
These are young kids. Suggest when to use slow motion.
When you want to slow down time, technically, that's a literal one. है ना? When you want to emphasize on something, when you want people to just slow down and look at what you're showing properly. Like, give it that extra time. Just to register it.
So such well put, Thaza. When you think about it, I know. Where is this? This is also the same place.
Yeah, same thing. यो चाहिँ चुरु भन्ने एउटा ठाउँ छ त्यहाँ इन राजस्थान ओन्ली यहाँ चाहिँ त्यहाँको
What's the color on this movie? Like, कसरी define गर्ने?
कलर एज इन
In a sense, the tone of the movie.
I no, I don't understand what you're saying. Tone as in what? It's pretty real that way.
Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
We try to keep it very real.
Very like authentic.
Very authentic. Like, yeah, even the locations are picked like that. The camera movement, the lights, everything was put in a way that it looks very real. Keep any extra correct in isma. Because the story had to speak a lot, yeah.
No, awesome. Thanks, bud. One movie that you personally look up to?
Oh, I don't really have.
If there was a movie that you personally look up to, any movie, anywhere in the world.
I think Shawshank Redemption is what which has stayed with me forever. I don't know why. Yeah. I look at that film for everything. Whether it's sound, BGM, performances, everything, camera movements, lighting. It's just a masterclass, I think, for me.
A scene from that movie?
I think when they're having a conversation right outside, sitting against the wall of the jail in that central courtyard like thing, where he tells him that he's going to see him at that spot. I think that's beautiful. I don't know how like you achieve something like that.
Dude, that scene when he buys he gets everybody beers.
Oh my god. Oh my
But
god.
doesn't drink it.
Yeah. Guys, it gives you spine chills, I know. Like, wow, how do you ever write something like that, or how do you perform something like that?
Well, it's the emotional aspect. I come from the other spectrum, right?
त्यही त नि लेख्नु त पर्यो नि पहिला somebody has written that scene नि हैन. It's all started from there ni, and then it is built. So
Do you feel the pressure of justifying the script?
always. I mean, it's not a pressure really. That's my job. Yeah. It's like, it's very easy to like go in with a mindset, oh, I'm going to make everything look good. Everything's going to look fabulous. That's very easy to do. I can make anything look good, like half decent or good. But then to, like if an audience is watching something, for them to visually feel the impact of what the scene is trying to do is, I think, like if somebody is crying and I make it all look glamorous and everything, then it takes away something. As an audience, as a layman, people won't understand really what is wrong, but they will know something is wrong. You know what I mean? Like they might not be able to tell you, oh, yeah, like maybe the lighting was wrong or maybe the camera lens wasn't good, but they'll know something is not right. One feeling also. So I think that's most important. So that's like you're all eventually working for the script only, whether it's the actor or the director or you. Like the script needs to be justified. That's basic for me. It's always that.
Is it all like glitz and glamour in a movie? You have every aspect of it. Not in every cinema, but you have the emotions. You have probably the comedy. You have the thrill part of it. You have everything, right?
Yeah.
As a DOP, when you look into it in every aspect, how do you decide? Like this is the theme that I want to give, or even I don't know if theme is the right word or not.
I don't really sit down to take a decision. I just let the script talk to me honestly. That's a very weird way of saying it because like I keep reading it over and over again, and every time you read it, you kind of visualize something. Like the words that are written tell you what it needs to look like. So it's not like I don't decide that, oh wow, you know what, I'm gonna make this thing look like this, or I'm gonna shoot this in that way. Of course you have an idea, but then it all comes from what is written. So you're literally like if it makes any sense, I'm literally translating the words into visuals. Of course, with the help of the production designer, with the help of the costume stylist, with the help of the actors.
Hmm.
But that's exactly what you're doing.
Wow, that's such a different way of putting it, right?
Yeah, I mean, different one, different. Okay, अब तर त्यही त हो नि अब like otherwise why am I there? Script छैन भने त म पनि छैन नि. Like
Of course.
So if you have not done justice to the script and everything looks great, then good for you, man. Like, but it didn't serve the purpose.
Earlier, what was the trailer that we watched for before we started? I completely forgot the name of the movie.
Anandi Gopal.
Yeah, could we have a look at that again? हामीले सुरुमा हेरेको थियौँ नि हैन? I'm so sorry. How do I pronounce it again?
Anandi Gopal.
Anandi Gopal एकपल्ट हैन? When you said lit, no, like हुन्छ नि constantly it's coming to my mind. Okay?
Yeah.
Pause the bit. For example, if you had to, it's all natural lighting.
Yeah, mostly. No, actually, no. There are lights made to look like natural light. So natural light.
For my naked eye, this is natural light.
Yeah. That was the idea of the whole thing, of this film in general. It had to look as natural as it can because we were trying to recreate what 1860s might have looked like.
Yeah. Just adding to this, Akash, right? Even when my eye thinks this is natural, obviously it's not. And that's the magic of what you do.
Yeah.
Can I put it that way?
Yeah, that's what I try to do.
मान्छेलाई यो मलाई किन interesting लाग्छ भने like a cinema is not what you think it is, right? Like I might be thinking, oh my god, that's the whole purpose of it. That's the magic of, isn't that the magic of cinema?
Yeah, to create something that gives you an illusion of, yeah, I think that is what the magical bit is. Like I could have used those same lights and made this entire thing look completely different and in a very different way. But again, like it just kind of, it has to go with the story. Otherwise I don't know if it serves the purpose at all.
Oh, this is awesome, right? This is amazing. There's another scene. Also, Babu, अलिकति अगाडि जाऊ. There's one scene that I kind of wanted to talk to you about because I was like, oh my god. अझ अगाडि there's a indoor scene छ के एउटा हैन जहाँ चाहिँ अलिकति अगाडि त्यता हैन अर्को बाटो चाहिँ है यो पज अलिकति अगाडि ल पज अलिकति पछाडि जाऊ त all the lanterns that you've on, right?
Yeah.
Pause. अच्युत अलिकति अगाडि बाबु हैन like I wish you would say how did this happen?
This basically when we were
Sorry, I'm picking your brain.
This is very interesting because हामीले यो फिल्मको लागि जहिले प्रेप गरिरहेको थियौँ नि हैन, we figured that 1860s तिर केही पनि sources of light थिएन नि. It was only, even candles weren't there at that time. Candles पनि इन्भेन्ट भएको थिएन. Lanterns मात्र युज गर्थ्यो हैन तिनीहरूले. And I think in candles थियो तर not accessible to everyone हो कि त्यस्तो केही थियो हैन. And then we took that liberty. But then idea was, अब यो shoot गर्दाखेरि I can't use any kind of light that is not natural. Like I can't use a bulb हैन, bulb हाल्न मिलेन. Otherwise it's very simple. Night shoot गर्नलाई एउटा bulb नभए एउटा table lamp. You can put anything nowadays हैन, तर 1860s recreate गर्नलाई त केही हुँदैन थियो. So I spent a lot of time in my house studying candle lights. Yeah. Like just light a candle and sit and see how it reacts. So I studied candles. I was looking at a lot of paintings from that time because हामीसँग 1860s को references केही छैन. Like right now, if you want to create, say, 1990s, you can go back and watch a 1990 film or watch paintings from there. Watch paintings from there or anything. But for us, we didn't have that at the time.
1860s India.
So the closest that I could do was paintings from that era. And they were all using like all these lanterns and stuff. So yeah, we just basically tried to recreate that, in this entire film.
So your shot ma aru kunai electric केही पनि छैन?
छ, माथि छ. You don't see it, but it's there. Like where the guy and the girl sitting,
Yeah.
there is a window on the left.
Uh-huh.
त्यहाँ विन्डोको बाहिरबाट लाइट आउँदैछ एउटा द्याट यु डोन्ट सी
I
ओभर
won't know.
या
Yeah.
अब यो केटाको लागि चाहिँ यिनीहरूको माथि एउटा सिलिङबाट एउटा लाइट आइरहेछ बिकज क्यान्डल्स लाइक दिज ल्यान्टर्न्स डोन्ट हेभ इनफ इन्टेन्सिटी यु आई ह्याड टु लाइक सिम्युलेट इट
Uh-huh.
सो इट इज लेट बट वी ट्राई टु हाइड इट एज मच एज वी कुड
I picked this one because I was already intrigued by it when I saw it in the beginning.
Yeah,
right?
this film was very interesting, even to shoot. It was a lot of fun. Very, very challenging.
Thanks, X. Thank you so much, buddy. No, you know what I mean because I pick, कसरी गर्यो मलाई चाहिँ के लाग्छ कसरी गर्यो होला भनेर it's just my brain, just going how would you have done it भनेर के this is cinema. Television, if you could just go ahead and television is small screen, let's say, right? With now OTTs with Amazon and Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Same amount of effort?
Yes, absolutely.
Everything's same.
Yeah. Exactly the same. In terms of prep, in terms of how you approach the shoot, in terms of how you go ahead shoot, in terms of how you schedule it, everything.
When you started in 2011, it was all movies.
Yeah.
There was no OTT?
Yeah. No.
When did it kind of transition?
So
in
I
India?
think it was around 2016 is when I did my first web show. It was for Amazon called Lakhon Mein Ek. And it was like one of the first bunch of web shows that were happening at the time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that is where that was my first step into the OTT world.
Lakhon Mein Ek.
Lakhon Mein Ek.
And you got started from that.
Yeah.
त्यतिखेरको
on the
के
web.
थियो 2016 को चाहिँ त्यो ट्रान्जिसन चाहिँ कस्तो थियो?
ट्रान्जिसन त्यस्तो त केही थिएन वेब लाइक नेटफ्लिक्स एन्ड अल दिस वाज कमिङ इन होइन एमाजोनको फर्स्ट इन्डियाको प्रोडक्सन चाहिँ वान अफ द फर्स्ट बन्च अफ देम यो चाहिँ सिजन 2 हो
Season 1 हेर्नु र she was in that movie too.
Masan.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one that I was. होइन this was the first one, right? ट्रेलर हेरेर त एक्स मलाई अझै याद छ यसको 17 तिर रिलिज भयो भनेपछि मैले त्यो जोड्न खोजेँ कि होइन मैले चाहिँ पर्सनली इन्डियाको फर्स्ट हेरेको भनेको चाहिँ सिक्रेट गेम्स पछि हो कि त्यो अलि पछि हो नि
धेरै पछि
थिएन नि त मसँग यस्तो के पनि थिएन नि त नि यहाँ
एमाजोन चाहिँ अहिले लाइक लास्ट इयर हो एमाजोन यहाँ आएको कति वर्ष हो
मसँग नेटफ्लिक्सको चाहिँ अलि अगाडि नै थियो होइन एमाजोनको चाहिँ मैले पनि उल्याएको थिएन आएको चाहिँ कहाँ आएको छ केही पनि आएको छैन नि हाम्रोमा नेटफ्लिक्स पनि छैन एमाजोन पनि छैन के पनि छैन क्या अफकोर्स मेरो साथीको अकाउन्ट चलाउँछु म होइन आई युज माई गर्लफ्रेन्ड्स अकाउन्ट होइन नेटफ्लिक्स आई युज माई क्लोजेस्ट फ्रेन्ड्स अकाउन्ट होइन यहाँ केही पनि आएको छैन द्याट्स वाइ आई बिन टेलिङ द गभर्मेन्ट or whatever, whoever takes in charge, call me, but I'll be more than happy to go ahead and take up Netflix or Amazon's access for this country. I have no problem on doing that. And Netflix, if you're listening, I'm ready. I'll find 10 friends with deep pockets to go ahead and like get whatever is needed. But I personally, down the road, really want these guys to come here so that at least we could be able to go ahead and make something.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible or not. With the limited size we have.
Yeah.
And then you can हाम्रो भाषा पनि फेरि अब we need to figure out the
market size.
Yeah, like the market size, we need to figure this out. But how was it? Like how was it like working for like Amazon or Netflix? Like how does it work, or is it like just a regular thing?
For me personally, it doesn't change too much because I just go in there, I do my thing, and come out. It's like the producers and the director, they have to deal with the channel then. By channel, I mean whether it's a Netflix production or an Amazon or a Hotstar, they are the ones who are dealing with them. मेरो चाहिँ त्यति फरक पर्दैन. I still do the same thing that I would do in any other production or any other platform.
So on today's date, are you a freelancer? How would you like to go ahead and like
Freelance.
Freelance.
Yeah.
Is that the way to go?
Yes. For us, for technicians, I don't think we can ever be like tied up with a production house, and usually doesn't work like that.
You know?
It doesn't. I don't think because I have never given that thought. It's like, why get tied up with a production house भन्ने हुन्छ नि Why would you do that? No one's keeping you on a payroll anyway. I know. And for us, we need to be working constantly. At least for me, I need to work constantly, because the day or the time, or like when I'm not working is when my growth has also stopped. So I need to keep working, to keep growing and keep becoming better at what I do. And freelance is the best way to do that, because then you can like hop in and out of a project. Like you can finish one and then maybe start working on the other one as soon as possible, as opposed to waiting for a year to get another project with the same production house, which might and might not happen.
It might work out.
Yeah,
it
they might not want to work with me, or I might not want to work with them. So it's better not to get tied.
So how is the struggle like? Honest struggle like in Bombay? In Mumbai, sorry.
Struggle for us, like the main struggle is to bag the next project. That's the biggest one. Like if I'm working on something right now, what is going on my head is, okay, fine, what after this? That's the biggest struggle. Otherwise, the basic struggle, everyone ko sabhi ko same hi huncha. But for me, it's like I want to, like in my head, I want to know what I'm doing next. And to bag that is, yeah, for me, that's the
Challenge.
That's the struggle, yeah.
That's like that with everybody else.
Yeah, mostly I think. Because for freelancers, you need to know, because then there is a sense of security, there's a sense of, yeah, I know what I'm doing next. To not, like, I don't know if my like, the mind needs to be occupied. Kya? Like, even if I've just finished one project, I know what I'm doing next. Maybe I can take a week's break, or maybe 10 days or a month. But then I need to put my mind back to work again, and start thinking about the next.
Maybe the next would be in Nepal then.
Why not?
If you do, what would you want to do? Nepal ma ke garnu man cha? If you ever decide to do something here and just decide to do, like, stay here for a while, what would you want to do?
I don't know if I'm like ready to stay here for a while, but I definitely want to shoot something here. I know. Stay here for a while can get difficult for me, because like I said, like then I don't want to lose like whatever I've tried to build over there in the past 15 years or whatever of being, because Bombay is like that. You do get out of sight, out of mind. It is a real thing over there. Like if I'm not available for 3 phone calls, then I'm gone. Like no one's gonna call me 4th time. Some people might, but if you're like that way, if you're gone, you're gone. So if I come here for say an extended period of time, I might have to like start from ground up again. Kya? Because it is like, yeah, it is quite cutthroat that way.
त्यहाँ भन्छ नि कि त्यहाँको एउटा त्यो सिस्टम छ भनेर हुन्छ नि हैन, people kind of work with you, and then imagine tomorrow's date if you got an opportunity to direct something. Are you open for something like that?
I'm not really sure yet about directing. That's a completely different ballgame. I cannot imagine myself directing anything at all, like, because just purely for the love of what I do, and yeah, I don't think I've never ever thought of that. Never.
Now, when I said it?
No. No, I would still come and happily shoot something, but I'm not sure if I direct. But
how does it work, being a director? In your eyes?
I can tell you why it won't work for me.
Sure.
It's because directing is a job that requires a lot of patience, I would say. Apart from, you need to have the talent and all of that. You need to know cinema. You need to know filmmaking, everything. The patience, the groundwork that has to be done. I'm a very impatient person. मेरो हुँदैन होला मेरो त्यस्तो अब बसेर होइन टु प्लान आउट एभ्रिथिङ अफकोर्स द्याट माइट बी फन बट आई हेभ नेभर थट अफ इट लाइक द्याट पेसेन्सै छैन क्या मेरोमा त्यति त्यही भएर आई थिङ्क आई हेभन्ट रियली एभर थट लाइक आई निड टु डु वान थिङ वेल फर्स्ट नि यति आई कान्ट बी हपिङ अराउन्ड एउटा चिज त राम्ररी गर्नु पऱ्यो अहिले त सिनेमाटोग्राफी सिक्न सुरु भएको छ मेरो इट टेक टाइम
No, man, the humbleness and the humility that you have. I'm glad we met. I'm glad we met. No, because
likewise
no, it's needed. You know, I'm glad we met. You know, you come from a very big pond, and I'm glad we met. No, this is really interesting. All right, a lot of kids are listening right now. I know a lot of kids are listening right now. I already know this. I know. If you had to give them one piece of advice on, can I start with lighting? All right, one piece of advice on lighting.
Don't complicate it too much. Keep it as simple as you can. That's it.
Keep it simple.
Very simple, very basic. Don't complicate it.
Like what we got.
yeah, I mean, yeah. It should do the job. That's it. Don't complicate it too much.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that's what you do. When the first thing you do is you try to, oh my god, you put like 10 lights and then you won't know. This is when you're starting off. This is what I used to do. I go in and I go, oh wow, I've got a truck full of lights. Let's use it. I know. Go 20 light and then after that I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, so don't complicate it. This is what I've learned over years. Like keep it as simple as you can. Yeah.
सबै उज्यालो पार्नुपर्छ भन्ने
छैन या cinematography is all about creating darkness I think you need to know which light to switch off.
Wow,
yeah
that's super awesome.
Yeah.
You need to know which light to switch off.
Yep.
Wow. Cameras, like if somebody's starting off, any suggestion on cameras?
On cameras as in?
On cameras, anything that somebody would definitely want to go ahead and buy. Like a young kid who wants to go ahead and learn how to film.
I don't know. Right now, like whatever you need to learn in today's world, एउटा cell phone ले पनि गरिदिन्छ क्या. If like in our times when we were doing stills, we needed like a still camera to do it. हैन त्यति बेला film camera थियो, digital camera expensive हुन्थ्यो, हामीले afford गर्न सक्दैन त्यति बेला. तर अहिले if you want to hone your skills, सेल फोनले फोटो खिचेर पनि आफ्नो फोटोग्राफी स्किल्स फ्रेमिङ स्किल्सहरू त बनाउन मिलिहाल्छ आई थिङ्क यु डोन्ट निड टु लाइक बाई क्यामराज फर द्याट रियली
सुरुमा मान्छेलाई चाहिँ अघि नै भने जस्तै होइन सबै लाइट चाहियो फ्यान्सी अफ द फ्यान्सिएस्ट क्यामेरा चाहियो हुन्छ नि होइन त्यो हुन्छ नि त सुरुमा त होइन लाइक सम किड माइट बी टेलिङ देयर पेरेन्ट्स लाइक मलाई सबसे फ्यान्सी क्यामेरा किन्यो म आकाश दाइ जस्तो भन्छु भने
मसँग त एउटा पनि क्यामेरा छैन अहिले I myself don't have cameras. I usually hire cameras depending on, like, obviously I want to shoot every project with the fanciest equipment. But budget हुँदैन कहिलेकाहीँ. More often than not budget हुँदैन. So you have to settle in for whatever the budget allows.
What do you guys film with, by the way?
Mostly the Reds, the Alexa, the Sony. Yeah.
Multiple.
Yeah. Again, like depending on the budget and all of that. But I prefer using the Alexa for everything that I've shot. Red मैले गरेछु use about 4-5 projects I've shot on Red, but apart from that it's the Alexa.
Why would you want to go ahead and prefer that?
It's just an easy camera, yeah. Like you don't have to rack your brains too much. You just take it to set, you just roll it. It handles a lot of things.
And you're kind of good to go.
Yeah.
On today's date, right? Like if somebody is starting off in Nepal, if somebody is starting off in Nepal, what would you suggest them to go ahead and start filming? Like if they're doing something for their friends, a music video, like starting off the or somebody starting off from doing like a small little short movie. What would you suggest them to start off with? Like, do you film the night? Do you film in the afternoon? Like, what would you suggest them?
Oh, that depends on what you need really. Like if you night चाहियो भने त चाहिहाल्छ नि you'll have to shoot in the night होइन yeah, so I think that this question is very broad that way. Like अब script को requirement जे हुन्छ त्यही गर्नु पर्यो. Otherwise, like if you're making something on your own, then if you want to try and keep it simple and you need to work out, then you write a script accordingly. Don't write a night scene in your script, right?
Start off with something simple. Start off
Yeah.
with something easy. I'm talking about like an 18-year-old who hasn't gone to school
but
for
just
this.
start, like, yeah, just go out and do something, like shoot something. Start चाहिँ गर्नु पर्यो. And then whether you want to, you don't never know if you want to do nights or day or whatever unless you've done it. गएर एकपल्ट हेर्नु पर्यो होइन. You have to make mistakes. You have to do it wrong 100 times till you get it right once. And yeah, and then you will learn yourself, and you will never know the right way to do it till you have done it wrong sometime in your life.
The worst technical hurdles that you've gotten through?
Every day, yeah. Every day there is some or the other hurdle. Because I think if that is not there, then the work starts becoming boring. So you have to go out and challenge yourself every day. I like when I shoot, I try not to repeat the same thing again. Like if I'm shooting a night scene, for example, or a day scene, I try to do it differently every time, because I know that, oh, I did it like this the last time, then I want to repeat the same thing because I knew that it went okay. Then it's boring. Then I need to do it differently every time, so that, yeah, because I want to make mistakes also, yeah.
Safe खेल्नु मन छैन.
बोरिङ हुन्छ त्यसो भए त. बोरिङ हुन्छ क्या सेफ. I don't like it. माने sometimes you got to do it. When you know the stakes are very high, you have to play it safe, and you have to do things that you know are going to land and you will not make a mistake. But mostly you try to do things differently, so that there is always this thing of you might go wrong भन्ने एउटा feeling हुन्छ नि. I like that.
You're on the edge खाले भयो.
Like you've done something, it's looking great now, but you don't know if it's going to work or not.
Into 90s मा हुन्थ्यो नि त्यो स्विजरल्यान्डको scene के, where there's like vast landscape and then
Yellow flowers, blue skies.
blue skies. Oh man, those are awesome to see.
Ani, yeah, the first time,
Have you done something like that?
No. That scale, no.
What is this, Kyoyo? Hollywood is transforming a tiny Australia. Oh yeah, I've seen this. Okay, I don't know if you know this or not. So Hollywood is transforming a tiny Australian town into mini Nepal for Liam Neeson's Ice Road 2. Go to another photo.
They could have just come to Nepal and shot, no?
I was thinking.
Oh my God, this is
What do you think of this?
crazy good. This is Australia.
This is Australia.
Color चाहिँ अलि मिलेन तर this is
Go back.
This is authentic as yeah.
I'm sure they got होइन साथीहरू थियो होला होइन, मैले सामान पनि ल्यायो होला हाम्रोबाट होइन. यहीँ गरे भने हुन्थ्यो है. अब अर्को देखाउ त बाबु.
तर यहाँ किन नगरे होला यिनीहरूले?
है अर्को छ कुनै? पुलिसको गाडी पनि अलि
बेग्लै
रहेछ होइन, यसरी बनाइदो रहेछ के.
तर त्यो वाइड शट चाहिँ एकदमै रियल छ.
पछाडि जाऊ त. ओह लियम निसनै छ. होइन त्यो उनीहरूले त्यो ऊ समेत मिलाएछ कि, त्यो हाम्रो त्यो नम्बर प्लेट समेत गरेछ कि होइन. पछाडि जाऊ तपाईँ.
त्यति त गर्छ नि, त्यति त फुल रिसर्च गर्नुपर्छ.
होइन एकछिन डोन्ट डु इट टु फास्ट. यो व्हाट डु यु थिंक अफ दिस?
प्रिटी गुड होइन.
जाऊ तपाईँ.
I wouldn't be able to tell if it's not Nepal.
मलाई त थाहा हुन्थ्यो गाडीले होइन,
गाडीले. तर त्यो घर हेरेर त्यो वाइड शट हेरेर त भन्नै सकिँदैन
है. पछाडि जाऊ तपाईँ. यो पनि यो अलिअलि मिलाए.
यो पनि ठिकै छ.
जाऊ तपाईँ त्यो वाइड सर्टमा अघि न. यो
हेर्नु त आम्मा यो चाहिँ गाह्रो हुन्छ है भन्न. यो चाहिँ अस्ट्रेलिया हो भनेर त
यो चाहिँ
चान्सै छैन यो
है. गरिदियो नि त यिनीहरूले.
अनि
बलिउडले के गर्छ लाइक हाम्रो बनाइदिन्थ्यो बलिउडले नेपाल बनाउनु परेको भए बनाइन्छ है.
बनाउँछ.
यहाँ आएर किन नगर्ने भने कि
यहाँ पनि गर्छ. लाइक देयर आर अ लट हु आर कमिङ एन्ड सुटिङ. एउटा काठमाडौँ कनेक्सन भन्ने एउटा वेब सिरिज छ, which has been shot mostly in Kathmandu.
काठमाडौँ कनेक्सन
Season 2 पनि आइसक्यो त्यसको. I think it's on Z5 if I'm not mistaken.
What's that?
Kathmandu, just put the trailer.
Kathmandu connection. What's Z5?
It's another platform.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I've never heard about that.
So there's like you have Amazon, Netflix, Hotstar, you've got a Z5.
So there's ZTV's own thing.
Z5 को OTT, ZTV को OTT.
Cute.
यो काठमाडौँ कनेक्सन भन्ने वेब सिरिज हो एउटा.
Were you a part of
should
this?
watch this.
You
no,
were a part
no,
of it?
No, I wasn't.
अलि नेपालतिरको सिन केही छ कि भित्रतिर हेर त यसो
छ ठमेलसम्म पुरा सुट गरेछ तिनीहरूले. ठमेल भक्तपुर यताउता.
ए हो र यो हेरेको छैन मैले अब होला कतै न कतै नि हेरौँला वाउ इन्ट्रेस्टिङ थाहा थिएन मलाई समथिङ लाइक दिस यो लास्ट मलाई थाहा भयो
यो सबै नेपाल हो.
ए पशुपति हो जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई ए थाहा थिएन यो मलाई मैले काठमाडौँ हो नि यो त
यो सोनी लिभमा छ है. Z5 वाज रङ. सोनी लिभ.
सोनी व्हाट इज दिस नाउ
सोनी लिभ अर्को प्लेटफर्म. सोनीको OTT प्लेटफर्म.
How does the OTT thing work, man? I've told my boys to look into it. के हैन किनभने अहिले त यो के भन्छ आजको दिनमा त गएर त all the things that Salman Khan's doing हुन्छ नि हैन the one with House, Big Brother, Big Boss. It's all OTT.
It's on OTT also, yeah.
हैन and then movies are coming out in OTT. Like how are you going to actually make money off of this?
The channel buys it. Or they produce it. Like Sumo Didi, for example.
Yeah.
Jio भन्ने एउटा channel छ नि. Jio को
आफ्नै च्यानल छ Jio भन्ने
Jio has gotten into production. So Sumo Didi Jio ले produce गरेको film हो. Got it. So the script was presented to Jio. They approved the script and then they said, okay, fine, take so much money and make it.
And then it comes on Jio app.
Yeah.
That's it.
Jio Cinema.
Jio Cinema.
It's called. The app is called Jio Cinema. Now, the thing is, they own the film. What they do with it is theirs now. They might just make the film, if they like the film enough, sell it to another platform, who gives them more money. It's all business eventually, I know. So yeah, this film, Sumo Didi, was sanctioned by Jio. They own the film.
उ गरेर त सुमो दिदीको जे छ युट्युबमा सबै उ गरेर त भाइ
अहिले यसको छैन केही पनि.
केही छ मैले पोस्टर मात्र देखाएको थिएँ मैले
पोस्टर मात्र आएको छ. अहिलेसम्म ट्रेलर पनि रिलिज भएको छैन.
Could you tell us a little bit about the movie?
So this film is about sumo wrestling थाहा छ होला हैन हामीलाई. It's a Japanese sport हैन. इन्डियाको फर्स्ट एन्ड ओन्ली फिमेल सुमो रेस्लरको इन अ भेरी ब्रड वे एउटा स्टोरी भनौँ न, बायोपिक त होइन तर इन्स्पायर्ड बाई हर. शी इज द रियल सुमो गर्ल. शी इज हेतल दवे.
Hetal Dave.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's Shriyam Bhagnani. She's the one who's playing Hetal Dave.
Wow. And when was this filmed?
This was filmed last year.
I mean, can you tell more about it right now or no?
Yeah, I can. I can talk broadly. So this film was shot like last year. We finished. We filmed most. So we shot in Calcutta and a couple of days in Japan for this. Yeah, we shot like about 6-7 days in Japan and about some 32 days in Calcutta.
Wow.
Yeah.
And in Japan, where all did you guys film it for this?
Mostly,
you went to an actual...
Mostly Narita, and there's another town, Nara, something like that. I forget the name.
And you filmed it actually, what's it called? The sumo wrestlers, where the sumo wrestlers fight?
Yeah, no, so in Japan, we shot Japan things a little bit, like the exteriors and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we shot in this one sumo temple over there, which already had this, it's called a doyo.
Doyo, that's what it's called, yeah.
Yeah, so we shot there.
Nice, interesting.
Yeah. Now I think it's been ranked as the top 30 films in the world in the Palm Springs Festival, Palm Spring. I think they're looking to send it to other festivals. If they don't, then they'll think of releasing it now.
In India itself?
In India, overall. Worldwide हुन्छ अब त.
म त्यही छुटाउँछु कि म हुन्छ नि हैन Bollywood's like not Bollywood, it's like worldwide, you know, you go all across the world.
अब यस्तो प्लेटफर्ममा आएपछि OTTमा आएपछि त it's like anybody can access it anywhere in the world नि.
Yeah, and you can listen to it in any language.
Yeah. So it's been dubbed they'll dub it in a couple of languages and release it. That's it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Best wishes for this, man.
Thank you.
Because like you said earlier, and it hit me really hard. Okay? You're as good as your last project.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm as good as my last podcast.
Oh, bad idea than having it with me. Yeah. So you might have to delete this one then.
No. Is anything related to AI and anything related to virtual reality hitting cinemas?
Yeah, some people are trying something, but I don't know too much about it, so it's better not to talk.
I'm trying to see what's going to be the future of video editing. We're already using AI here in Nepal.
Yeah.
And हामीले धेरै थोक युज गर्छ नि होइन एक्स
AI in editing, ma?
होइन हामीले
युज गरिरहेको हुन्छ बेला बेला
होइन we're trying to go ahead and utilize a lot of things, right? सिनेमामा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्ने
अहिलेसम्म त्यस्तो AI त छैन. It's more CG, VFX. Not that I know of. The use of AI.
I wanted to ask you one thing very specific, which is like, how does like a big, humongous studio like, let's say, Yash Raj, or like, there's tons of other studios which I can't even think of. I think Red Chillies is also like a production house and a studio, right?
Yeah.
How does humongous studios like this work?
Wrong person to ask the question.
Like a legacy studio.
Yeah, I don't have too much idea about this really.
Even a gist?
It'll be wrong to say anything because I won't be 100% sure of what I'm gonna say. So it's
Not a problem.
Yeah.
We're toying with the idea, right? Like making multiple movies here.
Yeah.
Like I told you earlier, because if we can make multiple movies, then we could go ahead and give so many friends so many things to do.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of toying with the idea of that. कि कस्तो खाले चाहिँ सिनेमा चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ मल्टिपल बनाउन सकियो कि एक वर्षको स्प्यानमा हुन्छ नि होइन उता पनि I'm sure a lot of independent movies are made in India as we move along, like let's say 12th Fail.
There are, yeah, but that's a big director. 12th Fail is with Vianet Chopra. He can do anything he wants in the industry. Like he can get any amount of money, he can get any actor, he can do whatever he wants. He's big.
What would be like the formula for success? If there was something everybody would do it, like what would be the formula right now?
Oh wow, I don't think there is. I really don't think there is.
When you think back now, because the 12th Fail, apparently somebody was telling me, IMDb ma, as a good in ma.
9.8, 9.7. Yeah.
How is that possible?
It's crazy. Because it's you have to watch the film to believe it. It's an insanely good film. It's mad.
When you connect with the emotions.
Yeah, and you don't make films like that keeping a formula in mind or anything. It's just an exceptional story said in a very, very, very well manner. It's a beautifully made film.
Okay. So for friends who are listening right now, who are or want to be in movie making down the road, right? Is it the script?
Yeah.
Is it the glitz and glamour? Is it all the equipment that you have? Is it the location? Is it the actors that you have in the movie? Like, is it the best of the best team that you have? Like, how would you rank it?
It's the story. It's the story, and then it's the director that puts up a team that believes in him and the story as much as he does, and are willing to go any length to make it come to life. Like I said, a story can be told in many ways. You need to have the right director to tell the story the way it needs to be told, and then that director needs to have the right team to see it through. And by team, I'm including actors in that. Because eventually it's them who's telling the story. Everyone else is just helping them do it.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And does language have barriers today?
I don't think so.
साउथको राइज थियो इन्डियामा 20 भनौँ न when you were there early 2000s मा साउथको सिनेमाहरूको कस्तो थियो त्यतिखेर
अहिले पनि छ राम्रै
होइन त्यतिखेर साउथको सिनेमाहरू टेलिभिजनमा आउँथ्यो र त्यतिखेर
आउँथ्यो त यहाँ पनि आउँथ्यो इभन हियर इन लाइक अल जी सिनेमा एन्ड अल चलिरहन्थ्यो त जहिले पनि डब्ड क्या हिन्दी डब गरेर तिनीहरूले चलाइरहन्थ्यो त अल द साउथ फिल्म्स
कस्तो पपुलर
अहिले चाहिँ अलि बढी नै भएको छ अहिले चाहिँ I've been noticing यो पालि घर आएपछि मैले whenever I turn on TV 6-7वटा च्यानल्स छ होला होइन हिन्दी सिनेमाको त्यसमा एटलिस्ट 3टाले त साउथ फिल्म देखाएर हुन्छ डब्ड
लाइक कसरी यस्तो ड्रास्टिक किनभने अब यु बिन अ पार्ट अफ इट राइट
Yeah.
कसरी चाहिँ यस्तो चल्यो कि लाइक उनीहरूको चाहिँ के छ कि त्यस्तो
I think it's just a very different way of saying a story. Kya? It's just over the top. Alikati, hai na? When I say over the top, it might be taken very wrongly also. अब भनौँ न एउटा action scene हुन्छ होइन हिन्दी फिल्ममा एउटा action film they try to keep it real, very stylized, this that. साउथमा गऱ्यो भने त तिनीहरूले एकदमै ओभर द टप केही न केही गर्छ नि होइन तिनीहरूले आई थिङ्क द्याट्स द बट अल्सो दे it's like I said, cinema is like a religion there. Like I know of friends who are there, like whether you take Hyderabad or you go Chennai, it's like a religion. Like especially in Hyderabad, I saw it was crazy. Like every week people go to the cinema. Like everybody does go to the cinema to watch a film. That's why they have these massive collections from box office because everybody goes to the theater and watches a film. It's insane. It's like going to a temple for them.
सबैजना जान्छ
It's mad.
कसरी मान्छेलाई त्यहाँसम्म पुर्याउने कि मान्छेलाई चाहिँ यो सिनेमा
त्यहाँसम्म त अहिले बलिउड पनि गएको छैन इभन बलिउड इज स्ट्रगलिङ विथ द्याट
मान्छेलाई थिएटरसम्म लानु
स्पेसली आफ्टर लकडाउन त अब झनै बन्द गरिसक्यो मान्छेहरूले थिएटर जान बिकज लकडाउनमा एभ्रिबडी गट इन्ट्रोड्युस टु लट अफ पिपल गट इन्ट्रोड्युस टु ओटिटी होइन घरै बसेर फिल्म हेर्ने सिरिज हेर्ने बानी भइसक्यो सबैलाई वाइ गो टु द थिएटर एन्ड वेस्ट मनी अर burn money to watch a film when you know in 1 month it's going to come on OTT.
Yeah.
Like if you're subscribing for a channel for 1,000 rupees in 1 year, you go, 2 people go to watch a film in a theater, you will blow 2,000 rupees in 1 night, hai na?
Yeah. But that experience.
त्यो त हो त्यही experience I think that is become a big struggle right now to get people back to the theaters.
Seeing your work in my phone and seeing your work in that theater.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%. It doesn't do justice. Like the sound and everything you need. Yeah.
When you're making something, you imagine it's the theater that you're playing with. I know that.
When you're doing a film, so now also there is like when you go to shoot it, you know whether it's an OTT film or a theatrical release. And if you're doing a web series, you know it's gonna come out in this thing. And there is like, if I'm not mistaken, 80% of OTT viewership is on mobile phones. 80%.
Are you gonna do anything different knowing that?
No.
It's the same.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like that's the thing. Like you can't cater to each and every viewer. Like even in phone, somebody might be watching it on an iPhone, somebody might be watching on an MI or something else. They all look different. So I can't be modifying or tweaking my work according to that. You know, I have to make a standard, and then it goes wherever it goes. It looks different everywhere. So yeah.
Your humility, man. No, your humility, man. I'm so glad we met, man. I'm so glad we met, man. What would you ever want to go out and do a movie here?
Of course I would.
What kind of movie would you want to do? If you had to pick one?
Anything.
What's your favorite genre?
I don't have a favorite genre.
Oh.
Yeah. Really not.
The hardest genre of movies to make, if you had to say?
For me?
Yeah.
Wow, this is difficult. I never thought of it like that. And when you step into it, everything is hard in the beginning. And then you kind of start easing out into it as you prep. But it's equally nerve-wracking every time, every project. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. When you start off, it's extremely scary, and then it starts becoming easy as you prep and, as you get involved in the project. And... yeah, so that way I think everything starts off very hard, and then it doesn't get easy, but you kind of ease into it a little bit. Yeah.
And by the time you're done with it, by the time you're done with it, it's kind of done.
Even then it's not over नि till the time it releases अब मान्छेहरूले भन्छ नि के गरे हामीले त हाम्रो दिइसक्यो 100% हैन अब तिनीहरूले भन्छ हामीलाई
मलाई पर्सनली चाहिँ मलाई रमाइलो लाग्ने चाहिँ हेर्दाखेरि आईलाई प्लिजिङ लाग्ने चाहिँ म लोभी भएर पनि हो होइन मलाई साइफाई मनपर्छ कि
साइफाई
एकदमै मनपर्छ मलाई साइफाई होइन अनि मलाई थ्रिलर्स पनि एकदम मनपर्छ कि टु सी इट सिनेमाटोग्राफर्स जब इज लाइक to make it dark, like you said, to know which lights to turn off. You know? And sci-fi is generally, it's like, when I look at 2001 A Space Odyssey now, and when I look back at it, every time I look at that movie, I'm like, oh my god, कसरी सोच्यो र कसरी गर्यो होला यो मुभी सबैले
त्यो त मास्टर क्लासै हो नि अर्को त्यो फिल्म त 2001 Space Odyssey.
Okay, a few Bollywood movies and a few your work and somebody else's work that you had to suggest friends who want to be DOPs. Any specific movies? Come on, point ma halela maile. Bollywood. Let's start with Bollywood. Yours, if you had to pick, and then
मेरो त अहिलेसम्म मैले त्यस्तो के गरेकै छैन.
Come on.
No. I haven't really done anything that great. I think to start off with, to learn, I think I can tell you like not films, but the DOPs that I like kind of admire. I think one is Vinod sir by Alumnus, है ना?
Of course.
Setu sir, उहाँको काम एकदमै राम्रो छ. Then I think in the newer this thing, yeah, I think that's that. I think these are two guys that I really admire watching.
Akash Agrawal come here, no? We'll drop over a list of things. Huh? Any specific movies?
I know nothing really. Just if you want to learn, there is so much to learn from these guys. Just watch all of their work. Like just follow right from start. Crazy work. These guys, I really admire their work.
I can sense that. I can sense that when I go ahead and looking at your eyes, I can sense that. I can definitely sense that.
Yeah, and I've been fortunate to work with both of them. Yeah, so.
Any international movies that you'd suggest, friends?
Shawshank, I think for me.
Oh.
For me, it's that.
Oh.
Like, I would say it over and over again.
That scene when the thunder is there and he comes out of that tube and splashes in the water.
That dirt, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that film is a masterclass in every single way. I think for me, it's yeah. But I think if somebody wants to learn, you can watch anything and learn really. Like you can watch any film, even if it's the worst looking thing, you'll at least watch it and know what not to do.
Yeah.
So you have to watch, and then only then you will know what you like and what you don't like. You pick out whatever you like and keep it in your mind, and you forget the rest.
Thank you so much for watching this podcast and letting me, like, we suck at lighting. We suck at camera work. We know. We got Akash Agrawal in the house, and I know he's looking like, what lights? I'm going to switch off a few lights and then it's going to get better.
Scarier.
No, thanks for coming. I got to take you for Dal.
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for letting me pick your brain.
Oh, I love it, yeah.
No, because I enjoy it, right? There's so many things I'm sure I ask, like, what the fuck is this guy asking? No, but thank you so much for coming, and this is the beginning of our friendship, and we've been friends for a long time.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Pravesh Gurung, guys, thank you very much. We love you.
Yes, thank you, Dai.
Both of us. Thanks for coming, man. Let me take